Okay, not much of a quality video here, but it'll give you a rough idea of what I'm doing. There's my gauge showing right around 7 psi. Pump is running. I got it disconnected from the carburetor, running through a ball valve so I can regulate, put a little pressure on it. And then I got this piece running all the way back to up over the roof, down here, and into the cell. It's been running now for about 3 minutes. So far no change. It's running at 7 psi. I'm going to continue to let it run for about 20-25 minutes. Normally takes about 15 minutes before the pressure drops. Over here I have a 2 amp charge going into the battery just so that I can maintain, and we're going to let it run and see what happens. Alright, quick update. There's the pressure gauge. It's been running for approximately 22 minutes. It should be showing symptoms by now. Normally it's starting to run a little funky and idle a little bit rough, but normally running okay, just that I notice a difference. But as you can see, the fuel pressure right now is right where it started from. It's just a tad over 7 psi. That's exactly where it was. I'll let it go for a little bit longer and then I'll do another update. Okay, here's another update. It's been just about 2 minutes shy of an hour right now. As you can see, still right about 7 psi. So I have to assume I have a heat issue. Everything else seems to be going good. This thing has never missed a beat. Running perfect. A little bit of a fluctuation in the needle, kind of vibrating, but I suppose that's going to be normal. Now the only issue I have is I don't know where the heat is coming from or why it started all of a sudden, but where I ran this new line now, right down there, is the only place that it's somewhat close to a header, and it's about 3.5 inches away. So the only thing I can figure is that's not it. It's not the line heating up. It must be under hood temperatures, or the carburetor itself is becoming too hot. But it doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense to me that if there's vapor in the carburetor, there still should be plenty of pressure there coming out of the pump. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I just doesn't make sense to me that vapor in the carburetor would stop the pressure, unless it's relieving the restriction and it's just like blowing air in there with no restriction. But anyhow, I'm going to shut this down now because everything looks fine. I think what I'm going to try to do is lower the under hood temperatures and maybe put an insulator on that carb. I got a 1-inch super sucker on there now. Maybe I'll take that off and put a plastic spacer under it and see if that makes a difference. Thanks for the help, everybody. Really appreciate it. We'll see what we can do, see if anybody else has any ideas. Thanks much. Here it is running after the changes. You can see it's about 7.5 psi now. I took out the rubber fender flaps, took off the 1-inch super sucker, and I put a 1/2-inch plastic spacer on. Hopefully this will get rid of the heat problem. I'm going to go for a ride now and then come back, see what happens. Not too bad. After about an 8-mile ride in the city, looks like I'm down to a little over 5. So I think if I can punch some holes in these inner fender wells, I might be okay. Runs a whole hell of a lot better.